example is we're waiting on God, and we go from waiting on God to taking control of it ourselves, or taking control of the situation ourselves, because it seems as if delay is will be permanent, or it's just taking too long. And so now our decisions lead to us taking self action. And so a perfect example is in Genesis chapter 16, verse 1 and 2, where it talks about where when Sarah gives Hagar to her husband Abraham to fulfill a promise that God made to them, that he will be a father. Now, let's say this again. God promised Abraham that he would make him a father. He would give him a child. Sarah, his wife, helps by saying, you know what, you still ain't got the baby yet. So take my handmaid, Hagar, and go sleep with her. And that is how you are to have a child. Now, God promised him that he would do it, but Sarah, like us sometimes, waiting, the waiting turns into now her intervening, right? And a lot of times our intervening always leads to us making it a huge mess when we call ourselves intervening, helping God. So Hagar now gets pregnant, but while she's pregnant, Sarah begins to treat her so harshly that the lady pregnant, and she runs she runs away. So now she runs, Sarah sinning because she caught herself helping God out of position, right? He didn't ask her to do nothing. So then an angel has to go and find Hagar, tells her to go back to Sarah. Then, once the promised son is born that God promised that he would give, Sarah sees Hagar's son making fun of her baby, and then she go to Abraham like, no, you got to get rid of her and your son. So now does her husband have to have a moment where his heart is will have to be healed because he has to send his son away. Yes, he has. Yes, his son that God promised him that he would give him, but the firstborn son that he wouldn't